हवस ने कर दिया है टुकड़े टुकड़े नौए इंसान को, अखुवत का बयां हो जा, मोहब्बत की जुबां हो जा. And why we human beings together or individually or together on the humanity level, why we are not able to achieve our true potential that we have in us. The thing is that we are into lust, okay. So like, we have this khudi is our inside, the potential lies in us, in all of us individuals. Similarly, there is something called lust, so that lust actually cancels out all that potential that we have, the good things that we can do. Lust actually cancels it all, okay. So lust of anything, okay. So lust, I would say, just like, molesting, the power that we have, with this power we like to molest others, okay. So whoever is under us, we like to, treat them in a very different way, we don't consider them equal to us. So this is lust of power, okay. Lust of power and authority and, anything. So whatever we think that we have it, we try to use it to subdue others, to, subjugate others, and and we look at them like they are inferiors. So there are inferior beings around us, and we somehow are kind of different and we are superiors, okay. Yeah, the Pakistani society, full of this, okay. Now we are following a system, a social system that is based on this injustice, and, this injustice that there are superior human beings and there are inferior human beings. There are superior colors and there are inferior colors, okay. Just think about that. So we have divided this. So, and then we have divided us into groups, regions and groups and nationalities. So we like to divide ourselves. So this lust of power and this lust of, molesting others, okay, this basically, it divides humanity, okay. It divides humanity into smaller and smaller and smaller groups, okay. So how can you achieve to this state that you want to achieve at the end of this journey? How can you transform your kun into fayakun? And you have the power, because Allah Ta'ala has given us the steering wheel, okay. We are different because we have this, we have some authority to do this, while we are on this earth. So how can we do this? Akhuwat ka bayan ho ja. We should start this process again. We must spread the universal brotherhood. This is very, very important, that we must look beyond, our regions, the very small tiny place we are born in, the region and the local language we speak, and then we get into nationalities, okay. So even nationalities, we are human beings, we are connected together with one another, okay. So we must raise ourselves above nationalities, and we should start talking about universal brotherhood now, and we should implement this. It's not that we just talk sweet words, okay. This should be another change that should come in our societies, that we should think all of us, human beings, as brothers, okay, as like, as one family. We should start thinking, and then we should speak the language of love, okay. Love is a universal language, believe me. Love can be understood by, aliens, okay. It can be understood by animals and plants and whatnot, every single creation of Rabb of Alameen, that it understands the language of love. So it is so powerful. But unfortunately, we have stopped speaking this language of love, and and again, these are our lusts, that we have inside, okay. Little that we want to satisfy, and so it satisfies when we think that someone is inferior, and we can whatever we want to do with that person, we can do it. So this kind of satisfies this lust, okay. This is what, cuts through humanity, these lusts, okay. ये हिंदी वो खुरासानी, ये अफगानी वो तुरानी, तू ऐ शर्मिंदा-ए-साहिल उछल कर बेकरां हो जा. So all these divisions, Indian and Persian and Iranian and the, Turkmenistanian and Pakistanian and Arabian and whatever, these are all, basically it's good. There's nothing wrong with these names, okay? Nothing wrong with the names. But the thing is, these are just identification. We live in a world and we need to travel around. So this is good, like to identify that this person belongs from that region, this person belongs from that region, and but nothing more than that, okay? We should not associate anything, to these terms, the nationalities that we have, because I would say that these nationalities are just like there's a big sea, and then on this sea there are different beaches, okay? But these beaches are connected to the same sea, okay? So then why think that this beach is superior and this beach is inferior? It's this beach is at the same sea, so how can they be different from one another? गुबार आलूदाए रंगो नस्ब हैं बालों पर तेरे, तू ए मुर्गे हरम उड़ने से पहले पुरफिशां हो जा. So why we as individual and as a humanity, why cannot we achieve to this state that I just discussed? The reason is that we are not able to fly, okay? So we are not able to achieve to the state that we can achieve. The reason is that we have added so much stuff on our wings, okay? So our wings are very heavy, and they are heavy with this Rang-O-Nasb, okay? Look at the words. Rang means color and Nasb means your caste, okay? The lineage that comes, that you associate with caste. So we associate purity with blood, that this blood is pure and this is impure, so we should not mix them with each other, okay? So as long as we believe in these two, in our head, in our mind, if we think that purity as impurity lies in blood, okay, then we have actually added this extra weight on our wings, and when you have extra weight on your wings, you cannot fly. So ostrich, it's a big bird, but it cannot fly. Heavy bird, okay, all the weight that it has. So the first thing to do is, if you want to even understand what does it mean by you are the secret of kun fayakun, so you have to get rid of these impurities first, okay, from your mind, okay, practically. And then even you should stop thinking about them, that there is such thing like nasb and there is such thing like rang, okay? There are nothing like that, okay, the way we understood it. खुदी में डूब जा गाफिल, ये सिर-ए-जिंदगानी है, निकल कर हल्का-ए-शाम-ओ-सहर से जावेदा हो जा. So yeah, so when we will get rid of these impurities, and that's when we will dive into our own true self. That's when we will start seeing that what is like, what does it really mean to understand our true potential, because that's when we will start seeing it, okay, in front of our own eyes, and and then we can see that how it will free us, this realization that we are very different and we are unique as a human beings, okay? That is when it will, the torture that comes with days and night, day and night is a torture. This time that we are bound in, it is a torture. So this torture will start disappearing, okay? We will no more live in this cycle of that comes back every morning and afternoon and evening. मसाफ़े ज़िंदगी में सीरत फ़ौलाद पैदा कर, शबिस्ताने मोहब्बत में हरीरो परनिया हो जा. So then we will realize, so there will be next stages, the realization, and then you will see that there will come testing times, okay, and in those testing times you will have to have the courage, you will have to develop a courage, and then you will have to protect yourself, okay? So you have to have this sirat-e-fawlad, I always give this example of thermophiles, that there are bacteria who live at very high temperatures. So very, very high temperatures. So they are living organisms, and they have adapted themselves to very high temperatures. So likewise, if there are conditions are not right outside, and so that's when you have to protect yourself, and with such a protective covering, and this protection comes from inside. And when there are, and when you are among your ordinary people, common people, very innocent people, that's when you have to speak the language of love. Okay, you cannot have your arrogance, you cannot be arrogant to your, the women and children and animals and the plants, and every creation of Rab, it has its right. Okay, so when there are common people around, so you have to speak this language of love. You cannot be arrogant. Okay, you cannot use your hand or your mouth to um, to harm someone. गुजर जा बन के सीले तुंद रू को हो बयाबा से गुलिस्ता राह में आए तो जुए नगमा ख्वां हो जा. Yeah, just like I said, that if there are, the conditions are not right for you, then at that time you have to build a protection around you, and then you have to just pass through that testing time. You have to pass through that testing time. Okay, and then if there is a gulistan, if there is a garden, and then there are kids playing around, and that's when you have to speak the same language the kids are speaking. Okay, you have to be nice in those situations. तेरे इल्म व मोहब्बत की नहीं है इंतहा कोई, नहीं है तुझसे बढ़कर साज़ फितरत में नवा कोई. So these are different steps. Okay, realization, first thing, that you have to believe that you are the secret of Kun Fayakun. Okay, so there is an important job that you have to do. You are living in a Kun moment, and you have to transform yourself into something beautiful. Okay, so to achieve that, you have to realize your own true potential. Okay, so with this true potential, when you will, you can realize this when you will get rid of all those impurities of Rang and Nasl. You get rid of them, and that's when this realization will, this starts kicking inside you. Okay, and with this, then you will develop yourself. You will grow stronger, and you will go politer. Okay, you will start speaking the language of love. So then there is no limit. You will see, inshallah, with your own eyes, that there is no limit to your language of love. Okay, there is immense love outside. You will start loving the enemy that you hated your whole life. You will pray for that enemy, that Ya Rab, have mercy on them. You will not say a bad word even about your enemies. Okay, it's so much love you can achieve. And even your knowledge, so much knowledge will just it will come in front of you. Okay, it will start pouring in, just like you have tapped into something, and then you won't be able to avoid it. Meanings will come to you. You will ask question, and the next moment, the meanings will start pouring in. Okay, so and then you will become nahi hai tujhse badh ke saaz fitrat mein nawa koi. So you will start singing this song. Okay, you as a whole, as a person, you will start singing a song. Whatever your profession will be, you will turn your profession, you will turn your personality into such a beautiful that personality that everybody will recognize it. Okay, you will be the best musician, you will be the best poet, you will be the best philosopher, you will be the best person, you will be the best dad and best mom, and whatever you will be, you will achieve the perfection of that if you just follow all these steps that I just mentioned. Okay, inshallah, may Allah Pak help all of us, achieve this. We are in a kun moment. Okay, and Ya Allah Pak, extend our kun moment if we are not really getting it. Please extend this kun moment so that we can achieve to the fayakun moment that you have, that you want us to achieve. Ameen.